Hey, my name is Bethany Dumont, and I am so excited to get to share a little bit about Rodan Fields with you. This video was sent to you by a consultant who thinks you're awesome and that this could be an awesome fit for you and your family too. And so I'm excited that I just get to kind of give you the lowdown on my experience with the company. So I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kiddos and a husband, and they keep me incredibly busy. And we live in our hometown. We live in Devils Lake, North Dakota. For those of you who don't know where it's at, it's a little teeny tiny town right outside of right south of Canada. And I started the Rodan Fields about 4.5 years ago. And I'll be really honest, I was 7 months pregnant with our 3rd baby in 4 years, and I was faced with a crossroads. I was looking at having to go back to work, and it was making me a crazy person because I had stayed at home full time with our first 2 kiddos, and it was just one of those things, stay-at-home moms don't make a lot of money and things were getting hard and we weren't able to do the things that we wanted to do. And so, I kind of had gone back to the drawing board of how could I make money from home? And I had tried things before. I had tried running a small scale daycare. That was a fail for me. There's very special people in this world who are meant to be daycare providers, and I am not one of them. And I had tried a different direct sale company, and it was fun. It was, a bunch of home decor stuff, but it definitely wasn't the right fit for me, and I was having to do a lot of parties and a lot of traveling. So that was becoming to be really challenging for us. So needless to say, when I was approached about Rodan Fields, my first thoughts were, A, been there, done that. I don't do direct sales. B, I don't know anything about skincare. I went to school for equine science and agricultural business. I belong in a horse barn. And C, I don't know anything about running a business. So not the most positive outlook on this gig to start with. But what I kept seeing were friends of mine jumping in and being wildly successful with this company. And it had always kind of piqued my curiosity, and it wasn't until one of my really, really good friends jumped on board, who isn't a skincare kind of girl, that I was like, well, what in the world am I missing? So I had a conversation with her. A few of the things that she shared with my husband and I that really stopped us in our tracks were, these are the same 2 doctors who created Proactive. And this is their new business venture. It's newer technology, it's newer ingredients. They're still practicing derms. They have an office in the Bay Area, and they still see patients every week. And I loved that. I loved that there was a face behind the products that I was putting on my face, right? And so that was the first thing that really caught my attention. The second one was, we are the fastest growing premium skincare company in the country. We're knocking out the big 3 out of those top leaderboard spots, and we're rivaling companies that have been around for 50 or 60 years, and we are just in our baby stages compared to them. Something else that really made Chris and I really excited was, this is a disruptor brand. And what that means is, we are changing the way people do business, much like Amazon, right? You can order anything off of Amazon, and if you live in a big city, you can have it in an hour. That's a disruptor brand. What about Uber? You used to just be able to take taxis, and now you can flag down an Uber. That's a disruptor brand. Being able to go online and buy clinical skincare, that's huge. And to not have any of the overhead of having, a brick and mortar store, that's really, really big. So that was really appealing to me. From a business standpoint, what made me think, well, maybe I can do this, is we don't have any inventory. We don't have any quotas. We don't have to do parties if we don't want to. If I want to have a couple margaritas with some friends, I'll pull together a party, but I don't have to. That's not how I work my business. I work my business by getting to talk to people. by helping people. And 4.5 years into this, I can tell you, I still don't get all ooey gooey over skincare, but there's something very, very satisfying about being able to impact someone's life by either helping them with a skin issue that they're dealing with or helping them do good for their family, setting them up for more financial freedom, for more time freedom. That is what has been so big. And when I started, I really, totally honest, I wanted to make my products, I wanted to make the product cost back because I was struggling with cystic acne. And I had zigzagged the state, seeing all sorts of dermatologists trying to get help with my skin, and I knew that I needed a blemish. And I'm not getting any younger, so I knew I needed Redefine too. And cost effectiveness, the best way to get it is to become a consultant. So that was the first thing that kind of led me to open the conversation about being a consultant. Once I started learning all this other stuff, then I saw the bigger picture and I put my head down and I started running and I worked. And then in 2 months I had a baby and then I kept working. And for me, to be able to stay at home, I had reached the top 2% of the company in the first 11 months, and I had replaced my full-time salary at that time from the job that I had quit before. I was working for the state of North Dakota. That was very, very big. For me to be able to stay at home and still be 100% mom, 100% wife, but to be able to use my smarts for something, other than making macaroni and cheese and watching Dora, which are awesome, and I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world, but just being able to show my family mom is smart and mom is motivated and mom gets to do really big things for our family now. That's been incredible. And now being able to lead men and women all across the United States, all across Canada, soon to be Australia, being able to spread my wings and get to travel and meet all of these incredible people, it's just been so amazing. And so, I really want you to think about, what could this look like for you? What would having financial freedom look like for you? What would it be to be able to set up your own schedule, to have your husband set up his own schedule? When I started, I wanted to make $1,000 a month. I'll be brutally honest. I needed to make $1,000 a month in order for me to be able to stay at home. Well, that goal came and went. And then I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool if I could make a full-time salary? Like, what if I could make enough money where we didn't feel that pinch of me staying at home? And that goal came and went. And you know what my goal is now? Bring my husband home. The kids and I get to do all this cool stuff, and we get to travel all the time, and we get to do whatever we want. Now my goal is I want to bring him with us, and I want to help those on my team get to that spot. So the sky is the limit, and that's such a cliche saying, and I hate even saying it, but it really is. So if you're even the slightest bit curious about this company and about what this business could look like for you, please reach out. Get your questions answered. We are here to help you figure out if this is a good fit for you. If it is, awesome. We're ready to rock with you. And if it's not, that's okay. We want it to be a smart business decision for you. And I thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Thanks for checking us out. And I hope that I get to meet you in person, preferably somewhere warm, where it's still very cold here. So preferably somewhere warm, and just thank you for your time. Have a good night.